What is up and welcome to another edition of Worth a Watch with me, Anthony Flores. This is going to be my review of Star Trek.
And now, an honest trailer type interlude. Star Trek Into Darkness. Starring not William Shatner, Siler, Sherlock Holmes, Harold in Space, Columbiana, Shaun of the Dead, Judge Dredd, Charlie Bartlett, She's Out of My League, and RoboCop. Star Trek Into Darkness. Directed by J.J. Lensflares. Abrams. Seriously, that guy should... what's up with that? It's like a fetish or something. But seriously, this movie's awesome.
I really love this movie. Every nerd film fan across the nation, the globe, if you will more than likely love this movie for its pure summer blockbuster entertainment. This is the definition of a summer blockbuster. This is why we go to the movies. Iron Man 3, sure, it was a fine enough film. Great Gatsby was just such a depressing fuckhole of a movie that I honestly thought it was neither here nor there. It was just truly just middle mediocrity in my opinion. But in terms of this movie, J.J. Abrams back to direct, and the entire cast and then some are back. I have hardly any complaints about this movie. I usually try to talk about the negatives or any problems I have with the movie. There is just nitpicking crap. Anything from, hey, wait a minute, that kind of doesn't make sense, but you kind of let it slide. It's in this scientific, crazy Star Trek universe that this is based in. There's also the ending, in my opinion. It's not a bad ending. It just, to me personally, it was just a little bit too neat of an ending. It just had too big of a bow, ready, tied up, and finished, over with, done. I didn't like that. I honestly thought this should have been just a little bit more open-ended in regards to the whole story. But that's pretty much it. Which is definitely a good thing in terms of summer blockbusters. But segueing from the plot and the story situation here, Kirk and Spock are back in their whole in the USS Enterprise stuff. Mission that they're trying to help a little inhabitant world with a bunch of random aliens, but a lot of things go awry in that whole scenario, and Captain Kirk gets in some trouble there. Chris Pine once again reprises the role, and he plays it off so well. And even if all the crap Kirk is given for his bad decision making and random spreads of luck that he gets with making these harsh and rash decisions as a captain, he gets himself in trouble quite a bit in the beginning of this movie. And Spock, of course, their banter and chemistry is perfect. Zachary Quinto is Spock. Chris Pine is Captain Kirk. These guys, for this generation nowadays, these guys are it. And I'm very happy to say that. They solidified their chemistry. They solidified their acting. Everything about their presence on screen is really, really awesome. In terms of the rest of the cast, Karl Urban is McCoy. Karl Urban is just awesome. The guy's a great character actor. It's a shame he doesn't get more work outside of here, but he did a great job as Judge Dredd. And in this movie, he is McCoy. He is that character as well. He solidified his chemistry between him and Kirk, their banter, and just with everybody. He kind of has a bone to pick with. See what I did there? Pun. Anyways. He kind of does banter with a lot of people in this film, and I think it's hilarious, so he does it in a funny way. John Cho is great as Mr. Sulu. He does get into more of the action here, but the person I was so happy they gave more screen time to was Simon Pegg. He's a quick-witted and sharp comedian, and the guy is just deserving of more screen time in any movie he's in. I still think he got the shaft in the last couple of Mission Impossible movies, and that's mainly the reason why I watched them, and this film, he got into a lot of the action. He got a lot more screen time. I was just so happy. He had a lot of great one-liners as well in terms of his humor as Mr. Scott, and couldn't be happier. Moving down the list of the acting here, Anton Yelchin was great as Mr. Chekhov once again. Lieutenant Uhura, played by Zoe Saldana. She had a couple things to do in this film, but, you know, she was there. She did her job. She did good. Same with Anton Yelchin. And we shall move on. I hope to God I didn't forget anything. It's a pretty damn big cast, so my apologies if I forgot a character. But the newcomers here, Alice Eve is essentially just eye candy. I hate to put that for her character, but she has a few things to do in this film as well, but nothing greatly pivotal, and she's kind of here for that one shot. Yeah, that one shot. Yeah, that's pretty much all any Trek fan, film fan will remember from her role in this movie. Peter Weller, where have you been, man? Aside from last year, he played a villain in Dexter, or 2 years ago. Either way, the man is a great veteran actor. I loved his presence on screen. He was a really good side character for this movie, and yeah, definitely pretty awesome to see RoboCop in a Star Trek movie. Going down to the man of the hour, Sherlock Holmes himself, Benedict Cumberbatch. The guy stole every scene. It was borderline hypnotic. Every time the camera just panned right in his face and him just expressing all the lines he can put into emotion and everything else. The man is an amazing actor. I loved him in this film. He's just a terrific villain. Kirk gets into a lot of trouble in the beginning. They have to go on another mission to really figure out why Benedict Cumberbatch's character is destroying everything in the chaos and it's a lot of hell on Earth, so to speak, or in space, hell in space, that he causes for the whole Star Trek crew here, and I cannot say any more than that. It is just a superb summer blockbuster, the very definition, as I said, of fun, entertaining, very fast-paced. J.J. Abrams did a wonderful job directing this movie. I'm not a big fan of his, to be honest. I did like the first Star Trek movie. I did enjoy Super 8. Everything else, meh. But this film, this is his Dark Knight. Not to compare it to the Dark Knight, but Christopher Nolan rebooted the Batman franchise, built upon it, made the Dark Knight after Batman Begins. Same here. J.J. Abrams rebooted Star Trek, made it awesome again for many people out there. And then now he only made the Star Trek movies better. This film is much better than the predecessor. I assure you, that is my opinion. So take it for what it's worth. I enjoyed this movie a hell of a lot. And the entire crowd in my theater went nuts at every twist and turn in this movie. It was just so filled with excitement, very quick pacing, very solid emotional moments that actually made me want to tear up more than The Great Gatsby did. That's pathetic if you think about it, but it's awesome because there was that much weight and emotion in this film, all the same, as well as a shit ton of awesome action and great acting and great direction. So this film deserves a 10 out of 10. It's near perfect, aside from my personal nitpicky stuff about the ending. It's a definite must-watch in the theater. I cannot wait to see it in IMAX. I really hope I can. I do not know how the 3D is, but see that on your own risk if you don't see it in IMAX. It's a fun ride. I really enjoyed it. I hope you do as well. And that should do it for my review of Star Trek Into Darkness. Hope you enjoyed it. Feel free to comment below what you think about the film. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and all that other good stuff in between. So until next time, I'm Anthony Flores with Worth Watch, and keep going to the movies.